Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Frankie B. Hopefully you can hear my voice. It's in the AM, almost close to 3 a.m. And so I gotta sort of keep my voice down just a little bit because I don't want to wake wake Jess up, and so she gets to sleep a little bit longer before we have to head out and do our cardio. So anyway, this is part two. Yesterday, I did the interior of the booklet, and here, let me just make sure I cut down the music so that my voice, so you can hear my voice and stuff. And this was part one, and I did the interior of it. And now I'm going to the exterior. Now this is the sketch card booklet. Just a small, quick little recap. This was a booklet that was made for me by a person who had contacted me. This was during the time when I was really doing a lot of sketch cards, working for a few companies. And this person reached out to me, and they said that they really loved my work, and they wanted me to do a commission, and they wanted to do an art trade. So I said, okay, I was like, I don't know, whatever. But that person stepped up and they said, look, I can make you this a booklet. And I said, a booklet? And he said, yeah, man. And I said, okay. And I had done I think previously I'd done some booklets. Yes, I did, for Upper Deck. And they were really cool. The Upper Deck booklets are, and here's just a quick little recap. This is what a Upper Deck booklet looks like. This is from an official Upper Deck Marvel IP sketch card set. And this was a sketch card that I did of Ant-Man. And the front part I drew Ant-Man on it. And then you open it up and you sort of pull in and you see Ant-Man right there, and he's punching Annihilus. And so, yeah, I shouldn't have did it that way. It's going to get cut off a little bit. But so this was an official booklet. And Upper Deck actually did a couple of different booklets, which were like multiple folds, which were incredible. So yeah, I think I forgot what the total, the longest one was. I feel like it was maybe like 5 folds. So those are out there in the wind somewhere, some collector's collection. But anyway, he had did 2 for me, 2 personalized ones for me, which were Godzilla 1, and another one was Shogun Warriors, and which I was so impressed by him. And then he gave me this extra one. He said, "Oh, just keep it." And so for years I had these sitting around, and then finally this year I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna work on them. So I started working on I knew Godzilla and Kong was coming out, so I did the Godzilla and Kong. And then the next thing I did was I did the Shogun Warriors. So those aren't for sale. But I decided just to put this one up. I said, hey man, I already have the 2 cards that I want, so why am I just holding on to this? So I said, I'm just gonna offer it up. And then I would say at this point, my number 1 client, G-Man, he was commissioning me to do a big piece, a 9x12 piece. But then I said, hey man, I got this other thing. I wasn't even sure if he was gonna go for it, if he even wanted it. But he immediately was like, I want it. So bingo bango, here I am. And now I am on to the second part of this journey. So the first thing I'm gonna do is tell you that this is gonna be a mashup video. And as my previous mashup videos are, it's me just talking a little bit, just explaining a little bit about it, talking a little bit, hopefully not destroying your ears, my rambling. And then we go to phase 2, which would be the hyperlapse, which is me drawing, looking like I'm drawing at super speed, which like I've said before, I wish I could get a little taste of that Speed Force, baby. But anyway, let's get going with this. And thank you for coming and checking out this video. I really do appreciate the fact that you took the time to check it out. And I appreciate the fact that for those that have shared the link to my channel, and as well as commenting, I love it, because then it's almost like this way of me knowing that people are into it and letting me know stuff, and and it just inspires me more. So anyway, let's get this party going. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to do a little bit of dabbing. So I'm taking a kneaded eraser, and this one's getting pretty dirty, but taking a kneaded eraser and going over it and trying to knock back some of that lead. It's almost like if you knock it back, it almost looks like a transfer. Back in the day, I remember when I was in art school, I actually made my own transfer sheet out of graphite. Yeah, I cannot remember how I did it, but I remember I had it for a long time too. It was great. It was really cool because it was, again, first off, it was made out of graphite, and I think transfer sheets now, if they're still making them, I think they come off looking like blue, some kind of blue effect or whatever. Maybe they have other colors, but I remember getting years ago. I don't even know. I might have some transfer sheets around. I'm not sure. I got stuff buried all over the place. I go, I just put it away, and I got to look at it. So it's like when I know I'm all over the place, but when I showcase a lot of my portfolio stuff, I'm being honest with you. Many times I just put my stuff away in my portfolios, and they're away. So when I see the stuff and I take it out, or when I post my memory lane, that's stuff that I'm like, man, I can't even believe I drew that, you know. So it's definitely me. I'm being sincere with that. I've worked on so many different projects and did so many illustrations, and I just have illustrations placed in so many different areas. Currently, I can't even find my. I had someone ask me about my Godzilla book, my Godzilla sketch cover that I did, and this is a rare one from IDW, and I can't recall where I put it. I seriously can't recall. I actually went through some of my books and stuff, and I'm like, where did I put this? And I'm trying to think what will be my motivation of really squirreling it away. So, I told the person, I said, look, I'm being honest with you. I don't know what I do with it. And hopefully maybe it'll pop up. And if it pops up, then I'm going to try to put it in a place where I can, with the rest of my sketch covers stuff, so that then I can remember. But yeah, stuff like that happens. All right, so I'm going to start off with the using a Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liner. I'm gonna go with green. I want to show. I wanted to have a different kind of color effect to show like these Autobots they're no longer with us. So I decided to just go with green as being the color that would signify that their spark, that this spark is out. So I start off. I lay down. Now this is gonna be full color. This isn't the 9x12 is a gray tone. It's going to have gray tones on it, and this one's going to be is going to be full color marker. So, and I'm happy. I'm happy that this is going to the G-Man. He's turning out to be a really exciting collector. I've seen him post about other pieces of artwork that he's getting. He's really building a collection. And what I like about it, it's a very eclectic collection. It's not like he's just focusing on just me. He has other amazing other artists that are working on stuff. And I'm like, that's the way, that is, in my opinion, is a true collector. You know, they kind of, they like a lot of different things. And you build it, so it's very eclectic. All right. So anyway, when I asked him what did he want to have, he pretty much told me, he said, hey man, I want to see Optimus Prime and Megatron fighting. And I said, okay. And then I asked him, what do you see for the outside? And he said, I don't know. And so he left it up to me. And because he did that, it forced me to really think of some really cool scenarios, because I was like, man, I'm going to show Optimus Prime and I'm fighting, but I just didn't want to do something that's just so generic, something that, you go, oh man, it could have been really different, unique or whatever. So, right here, I'm doing the tractor beam from the Nemesis. Every time I do the Decepticons, I kind of put like a little, almost purplish. This isn't purple, by the way. It's like a pink, almost like a neon pink. I say neon, but it gives a sense of the energy. So I just lost my thought. I think I was talking about what led me down the path of this. So when he gave me that option, when he put that out there and said, hey, he's like, I really don't know, that made me very excited. I was like, okay, all right, let me get my thoughts going. And so immediately I was like, I love G1, the very first episode. when the Nemesis and the Ark are coming into the Earth, coming into our galaxy, our Earth galaxy, and then the battle, and then they crash. And then I love the scene from the animated movie, which showcases many Autobots dying and stuff. And so I kind of did an amalgam of that. I thought that would be kind of fun, because again, the thing is that it's not. I'm all for, I love trying to take certain things and then manipulating them to make it into something that could be new and fun. It's when you have to copy something, I don't get it. I don't get why anyone would want to commission somebody to copy something. I have a hard time with that one. I'll do it, but the thing about it is that, it's almost like when I worked in advertising. When I worked in advertising, I understood why, because, the clients were very specific in what they wanted. I mean, really, you're dealing with multi-billion-dollar companies that you can't. There's no huge leeway on what you can do, especially when it comes to their product. The product has to look like the product. So I understand that. But when you're commissioning and you want something that hopefully is going to be very unique and different, then it should kind of be somewhat different. Wouldn't you want it to be different? Then I know that there's people who like homage. Like after like somebody drew a specific cover or something, they like a homage piece. And I get that too. But it's a different thing. Like, say for instance, like if I wanted to commission somebody to do an homage of, the Shogun Warriors #1 cover, But maybe if I wanted different characters, different robots in it or something like that, that's cool. That's something different. I don't know. I don't think I would really want to hire somebody to do an actual recreation of it that's exactly like it. I don't know. I guess it would depend. Let me take that back then. It would depend, I suppose, on the artistic skills of that person. Like if this person is doing it in stippling, or if this person is doing it in some interesting technique or whatever. Maybe an oil painting. But still, maybe, I would really hope that they would still add a little bit difference in it, Maybe add like an airplane in it or something. Add something in it that could be a little bit different, just to show that they are showcasing their own creative nature. I look at that as being really unique. And again, this isn't throwing shade on people who like recreations and stuff like that. I think to each their own. I mean, you have a right to spend your money on whatever. That's your choice. For me personally, I don't see the appeal that much in trying to redraw something exactly like something else without, at least tweaking it up and playing with it. Yeah, it's just my opinion though, Oh man, really liking how that smoke came out, huh? I think I've mentioned many times in the past how I'm such a early bird. I got up this morning a little after 2, and I have my routine. Oh, something fell. I had my routine to do, and then our fur baby shadows flying in my ear for no reason. Well, we're getting hit with warm weather here too, and it's just crazy. But anyway, I'm glad to see the responses I've been receiving from the previous videos and stuff. It's going to be interesting when I actually start working on the full hilt into the kaijus and cowboys, because I definitely want to maintain my videos too. And I know that I'm definitely going to do videos with me working on kaijus and cowboys. I know that I do want to do a video with me working on thumbnails, because I think that's important too, just for people to see the process of, my process, how I do it, and then hopefully they can discover their own process, because I think that's what it is. It's not me telling you that you need to work my way, because my way works for me. I've been doing it for so long that it's second nature to me. I don't even think it's like when you get to a point where you start doing something and it's just, you don't even put thought to it. It's like for me, I'll watch some of these shows and I'll see a mechanic, I'll see a person tear an engine apart. I'm fascinated by this because I have none of that kind of that whatever that process is of just, they know how to take an engine apart. So that fascinates me. It's like it's nothing. Well, the same way, with me with art. I've been drawing for so long. I can't. It's tough for me to kind of explain what my thought process is. Why do I add a certain shadow or something? I know that there are other artists who they follow the fundamentals a lot more deeper than probably I would. I blame that on my teacher too. Like I remember I do use the fundamentals that I learned from art school years ago, but also I've tweaked it up. And one of my art teachers, I just remember her being very she had a very free spirit when it came to art and how you apply it. And I think I picked a lot of stuff from her, where she just talked about the freedom of art and how not to get locked down into, the rules. That yes, the rules exist, but you don't want to get to a point where it's just like, it's like that's what you can't move past it. You're just constantly like, these the rules, and I can't. This is how it's supposed to be, and no. Her belief was that, as long as you understand the fundamentals, you'll be fine. And it's true. I know it's worked for me. I understand the fundamentals, but I don't get bogged down with all that other stuff. And then comes then the point where you come to the point where you just go, hey, look, man, I'm happy. This is all right. Let's see. Let's see. What have I not talked about? Well, oh yeah, the Masters of the Universe, the Revelations, that cartoon, that animated thing should be dropping soon. I gotta admit, man, I got pumped. I'm pumped to see it. Usually, since my time is so like, me and Jess, we don't really, we don't watch a lot of TV, Usually, I'll be working on stuff, and then she's doing her stuff, transcription work. But we set time apart. So most of our TV time is like, we'll work out, and then we come home, and then get a shower up, and then I'll fix some breakfast for both of us, and then we'll sit down and we'll get at least a little, maybe an hour and a half of just being together and having breakfast together. That's one thing that we've instituted into our relationship, is make sure that we have breakfast, and then of course we have dinner and stuff. And dinner is really pretty much near the end of the day, where we just kind of both you just depress. What's the word I'm looking for? Is that the word? Depress? Like we're just trying to release from all that, the work that we've been doing for the day, and just kind of just relax, and then and then by 6, roughly by 6, I'm out. I'm right in bed. Having a more regiment kind of sleeping cycle has been really good. I can tell you one thing that it's definitely helped my health a lot. For someone who used to never really get any sleep and struggled with it, I'm on a pretty good cycle. It's important. As I've gotten older, I've really started respecting sleep much more. All right. Oh, poor Ironhide. But anyway, the Masters of the Universe, I'm curious to see. I can't wait to see how that goes. One of the things that I guess would, because now it's like official, I'll be working on a comic book, it's probably gonna, all those other little side projects that I was thinking about doing, I just won't You know, they just put them on hiatus for now. You know, that's that whole thing about having, you know, the fundamentals of being a an artist, is that also you have to be mindful of your time and ensuring that what work you're doing, that has to hold precedence. You can't get detracted from other things, because you start doing that, then that may lead you into some trouble. So actually today I gotta later today I gotta talk to Matthew and stuff. I'm gonna go over the game plan, and I'm expecting the script 1 to drop in and cover and start working on all that stuff. I'm happy that we at least got pretty much this year just to start cranking on it, so that by next year when it drops. And we spoke to the publisher and stuff, and they're saying like possibly the first quarter. Don't hold me to it, but hopefully by that first quarter. First quarter meaning possibly by next February. So we'll see how that plays out. No, but overall, you know, it would be nice to have a big chunk of stuff done. So you just don't have to sweat it, stress, you know. All right, Ironhide. God, it's like I keep hearing that song in my head. You got the touch. Bang, bang. I remember so sad. That was very sad when the Autobots got killed in the animated movie. You see Ironhide. It was I think Cliff Jumper too. Was it Cliff Jumper? Man, I know someone got shot, and then you see the fire, like the fire come out of their mouth, smoke come out of their mouth and stuff. It's like, oh, dude. That by far is an incredible film. Right. I can't tell you how excited I am working on this. I am. I mean, I just, you know, it's just like, it's always good when something comes together, when everything comes together. You know, there's no other feeling in the world when you're just like, oh man, this is feeling good. And boy, wait till the colors get on it. And like, I already know how I'm going to put it. The planet Earth is like, again, one technique that I learned in advertising was that, you know, in ensuring that you want to pop an image out, like you want to give that sense that what are you trying to force the viewer to look at, and want their attention to be on. Then you put nice strong bold lines to make sure that that's strong. But then something else gets pushed back. Now, if this was going to be a computer, then I would knock back the Earth on, you know, a couple of percentages. So you get this sense that it's almost faded, but in the background, but you still know that it's the Earth. Well, I'm not doing this digitally. I'm doing this by hand. So how does one do that? Well, there's two different techniques I could possibly do. I could do it with colored pencils, but I feel like that would be kind of grainy, and it would take away from the slickness of the way that these nice colored pens are. So I'm gonna stick with colored pens. And I'm just gonna, you know, do the Earth, you know, with those pens, draw them. The color ink is great. I started doing a lot of that when I was working on the Upper Deck stuff, man. Even on other cards, started trying to just do just different things, and it was really just me exploring, testing myself to see how certain things work. You know. I can't say that all of my cards I felt really good about. Like, I was like, oh man. I remember some card sets, man, that is the cardstock? The cardstock was not that good. Thankfully not a lot, but I've been on some where the cardstock was horrendous. I remember early on, I forgot what card set it was, but boy, I remember the inks. It was almost like I was trying to ink on like like a sheen, like it just like a not a sheen. It definitely has some kind of chemical surface. So you see how this black ink just lays right in there. It's being soaked right into that paper, and it's in it. It's not going any other place, right? Well, the thing that I had that I worked on that card set, it was just slick. It's slick in a bad way though, you know. And oh man, I remember fighting with it, and it just was so horrible. All right, let's see. Another reason why I'm sort of, you know, trying to crank this out early, getting this video really done, is because we got some errands to do too. That's the other thing, you know. You gotta take care of your errands, you gotta do your errands, so we went out, prepare for a little bit of 4th of July stuff, so. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna do planet. So we do Earth back here. And then what I'm doing, oh, you can tell it's early. Oh man. So see what I mean right here? If you see this, it's gonna look nice. It's like you put these nice, you know, you put these colored pens in. So then I'll come in later on and then, you know, color those up and stuff. But see now, Earth is now being, you see that it's in the foreground, and you got this great picture of Ironhide right here, and he's in the forefront. Love Ironhide, man. Freaking amazing character. I remember, I think and again, I think in my previous video I was talking about how the Transformers, they had powers, you know, which was really cool. You know, I think Ironhide in the TV show, like he had like acids and stuff. Like I remember his fists, like he had all kind of chemical solvents and things. Some were acid, some were like you can extinguish. I think. God, I feel like I gotta watch those. I got them somewhere. I can't find the time. I think that's the thing that's my time to watch stuff is so limited. Like you know, if there's a time when I'm not like drawing, and usually early in the morning, while Jess is sleeping and stuff, I'll probably go in and cut TV on. I've been able to catch up on Castlevania, which has been really cool, and then I was able to watch Godzilla Singular Point. You know, I think, you know, I always try to be careful in the sense of how I, you know, give my viewpoint on a film or whatever, because I think the thing about it is that regardless of what, even if I may not have liked it, somebody liked it. And what is my agenda? What is my agenda? And is my agenda to try to crap on somebody's experience or whatever just because they enjoy something? If I didn't enjoy it, no. My whole thing is that, you know, I felt that, you know, that after watching close to the end scene of the film, that it gave me hope that possibly there might be more in the future. But my whole viewpoint on the film was just that, again, I don't know, it just felt like there was the digital stuff really hampered it a lot. But I don't want somebody not to watch it. You know, my assessment on many of these properties that get out is that, you know, I'm just overall just happy, stoked that they're at least that we're seeing this. That Godzilla and these and Pacific Rim, all these stuff. These are genres that I love, and that now I'm part of. When you know, got Kajus and cowboys and stuff, and so, you know, so clearly I don't want these to just all of a sudden Hollywood to look at it and go, you know what, we don't want to make these anymore. And I think that's that part of me where I'm very cautious of that. Because I grew up seeing stuff where stuff will get canceled, great stuff, and it's just like, nope, and then it's gone. And then there's a ripple effect, and I don't want to see that ripple effect, you know. So yeah, I want to see. Hopefully they figure it out, and then they can come back with more stuff. Yeah, let's see. Oh. Oopsie. Second time I said oopsie. Oh man. Always crack Jess up when I say that. That's oopsie. Alright. So, you know, it's a good time for all of us. For the fans and for the creators. This is a great time for indie creators to get out there and, you know, and do your thing. If you truly feel like there's been an issue or a problem or something and that you didn't like from the big guys, then this is your chance. You know, just go out there and create your thing. You know, that's my mind. My mindset's always been like that. I try to think of like how Kevin Eastman and those and Peter Larrett must have felt when they went to Marvel, and Marvel said, okay, you know, but you know, we want to control your thing, and they said no, and they said we're going to do it ourselves, and they did it. I don't imagine them just going there and they're just like, you know, going and then saying like, well, you know, I'm gonna get angry with them and I'm not gonna do anything. No, if they were angry, they took their anger and they worked on their project, their comic, and they hustled hard and they got it done, and then you know, bang, all their history. They're in the history books now. You know, I look at it like that. Like that to me is inspiring. I had one of my mentors, a very wealthy guy too, but I never forget that. He said, Frank, he said, you know how you want to really get to somebody or whatever, the show or whatever, if somebody who has said that you can't do something or whatever, he said, just do it. You do it, you succeed. You know, because then they got to deal with the fact that you're succeeding. And I agree. And don't waste your time being putting your anger into the wrong place, because that takes up time. Then guess what? You're not going to do it. You're just going to be constantly at the same place, and your anger is going to be misdirected. Whereas if you took it and transformed that whatever that feeling that you have or whatever into constructive energy, you could achieve what you want to do. And trust me, nothing's ever easy, but you know, at least you could have the pride to be like, yeah, I did this. You know, I personally don't feel like I need to throw shade on anyone for anything. There's no need for that. You know? All I can do is do what I can do, and I just do the best I can do. You know, that's all. I said before previously that one of the greatest joys I used to have earlier on when I would go to cons and stuff or shows was just going down Artist Alley and seeing all these really different artists, you know, and their art styles and stuff like that, and never in my mind did it cross that I should ever be jealous of somebody. Never. Because they're sitting on the other side of that table. No, it inspired me. It inspired me. You know, I always feel that if it benefits one person, then overall it can benefit everyone else. Like if you have indie comics that are doing really good now, it can benefit all of us. You know, you just have to be there when when the big wave comes, you know, the wave that everyone's riding. So you just got to be there and make sure that what you have is solid, and that you're 200% behind it, and that's it, pretty much. That's it. All right. Oh man, I think I've gone further than I was supposed to. Oh my God, I went 34. Oh guys. Oh man, I do apologize because usually I don't go this long, and you said you tell it so early. But anyway, hey, I'm gonna transition over to hyperlapse, and thank you for hanging in there. I'm wondering, I'm like, man, God, it's a lot more longer. I feel, you know what it is, because I did the Facebook live stream yesterday, so I think I'm still feeling remnants of that, and then, man, all right, we're good. All right, let's get this thing going. So anyway, thank you for coming by, hanging out, and let's get the party going. So now I'm going to transition over to hyperlapse. As I always say, keep that art flowing. know this is going to be a shocker, because usually, you know, you see the hyperlapse and it continues. Well, unfortunately, I went and got a one of my protein shakes for lunch, and I had everything set up, and I just went back to drawing without pressing the record for hyperlapse. So I literally, as soon as I finished drawing and putting down some of the gel pen white for the stars, I noticed that I was like, man, where's the countdown at? I didn't see any of the numbers or anything, and I noticed that I did not hit the record. So with that said, I missed out on the last part of me inking and adding in all this other stuff to the exterior of this sketch card booklet. Yeah, this is probably my second time that this has happened, where I just lost track. It just, you know, that's that part of it where as human beings we're just, yeah, it's just your mind's thinking about 1,000 different things, and then you just, you miss out on stuff. So anyway, that's why I'm doing this small little response to why it abruptly ends. But anyway, here's the card art, and it's looking good, and I'm definitely going to be much more mindful when I'm doing the coloring that the record button is on. And that actually I can see the numbers counting down. So thanks again for checking out the video, and as always, keep that art flowing. Peace.